There are also applications or utilities that further organize information. Gopher provides access to documents and data from servers at educational and government sites all over the world. The client interfaces are menu-driven and easy to use. WAIS is a distributed document retrieval system that lets you search hundreds of databases by keyword. Organizations of all types have made information available via WAIS servers. Archie is an online catalog of contents of FTP sites, organized by topics. Once the Internet address of resources has been found on Archie, retrieve the document using FTP. The World Wide Web ties together all of the network utilities into a consistent package by allowing the user to view or use multiple types of resources. These include text files, graphical images, electronic phone books, databases, and other resources available by Telnet, FTP, Archie, Gopher, WAIS, etc. The web supports color and black and white graphics inside hypertext documents, making it possible to add illustrations, photos, and graphics, such as icons and rules, to a piece of text. Pictorial buttons, when selected, lead to other hypertext documents. In this section, we have examined several of the applications that transfer and provide information across the Internet. You should have a basic understanding of each of these in order to fully assist users with network difficulties. What do employees of a NOC do? When you work in a NOC, you become an historian, an answering service, a coordinator, and a counselor. Network operation centers maintain records of events and unsolved problems, give information to users and network engineers, answer questions asked by users and other network professionals, and monitor and diagnose events on the network. Network engineers install and care for network infrastructure, such as routers, network hosts, and dial-up facilities. Their jobs include systems analysis and programming, troubleshooting complex problems on the network, and planning for expanding needs for capacity and speed. You will call in your network's engineering staff frequently to help when the network has a problem. The network may have a Network Information Center and/or a Network Information Service Group. The NIC/NIS staff support the users and systems administrators of sites on the network. NIC/NIS staff help find technical information, take questions on how to use the network, sponsor training classes, and often run electronic information services that distribute user and network information. The manager of your Network Operations Center may keep information about who and when to call if you need something to be done. Make sure you have the following information about your NOC if it hasn't already been compiled. Make sure the names, phone numbers, functions, and electronic addresses are available for easy reference. When trouble arises or something on the network needs attention, you will need to know who to call and when. The network will have set hours in which different types of problems are addressed, perhaps 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or a more normal schedule, like 9 to 5. An on-call list gives phone and beeper numbers and email addresses of engineers who install, maintain, and fix problems on the central backbone of the network. The network should work with the administrators to establish a mutually agreed-upon set of conditions under which someone should be called during the evening and night. When problems arise during operating hours, this person answers pressing questions or addresses problems on the network. Many networks have an email exploder which can send or receive information about in-progress or pressing network problems. Also, there may be an email address to which you send announcements when outages will occur and automatically sends out a message for unplanned outages or downtimes. Networks often have one or more gateways to the outside world. Gateways will be maintained by another networking organization, so know the phone number and email address of this NOC. Know the location and electronic address of the gateway. Also, remember to note the name and daytime phone number of a technical contact at the gateway. This contact may be of use to you if you need to talk to someone besides the NOC who maintains your external gateway. The network you work at may be regional or national and have subnetworks, each with their own NOC support. Or you may work at a subnetwork with a NOC and thus be part of a larger regional or national network. So it is important to know where your network is in the big picture and gather names of people, phone numbers, email addresses, operating times of the sites, and if the site uses the TCP/IP protocol suite or a different type of service. One of the most difficult and perhaps most rewarding parts of your job will be handling questions and reports from users of the network. Often they will be confused or concerned when they contact you. The user may not be able to telnet, FTP, Gopher, email, or otherwise contact a network host, or may be at a site that is experiencing an outage. Sometimes reports from users reach a central NOC by electronic mail or by the NOC's hotline telephone number. Your primary purpose in receiving a report or question on the hotline is to record what the caller says in such a way that someone on your network staff will be able to pick up where you left off and pursue solving the problem. You will need to narrow down the source of the problem for those who will fix it. Sometimes a user may not understand the components or applications of the network. Here, you will need to decipher what the user is saying to determine what they mean to say. Begin to ask questions to piece together the problem.
Okay, what's your email address? Is this your local computer or someone else's?
When you receive a call or message from someone who is frustrated or disgruntled, you can often diffuse their anger by listening carefully to the problem and demonstrating that you are trying to gather information in preparation for taking action. Use minimal encouragers such as, okay, or I understand. This gives the caller the opportunity to vent if needed. Try to remain calm and separate the sequence of events from the emotion you hear in the person's voice. Then summarize that sequence of events and the normal procedure of your network for dealing with that situation. This lets the caller know that you are listening and gives both parties the chance to correct misunderstandings. Finally, offer to give a status report to the caller at some later time. When you have explored what has happened or not happened, call the person who is complaining back and give an update to show that your network cares and is taking steps to resolve the problem. If you have no set procedure for an urgent problem or all alternatives have been exhausted, you will need to follow your network's escalation procedure. Offer the person who is complaining the opportunity to speak with the NOC network organization. When you receive a call concerning a network problem, remember to record concisely what is said. Give a brief status report. These reports may include where the failure occurred and when it is expected to be working. Give concise and informative answers. In other words, avoid volunteering too much information. If you do not know the answer to a caller's question, be honest. Find the answer and return their call immediately. A caller may want to talk with the person dispatched to fix the network failure. When this occurs, remember, it is your job to track and record NOC operations and to protect the time of those who are fixing the problem. It is best to tell the caller you will contact the repair person with their inquiry. When you have obtained the answer, return their call. As a network operator, you will manage the daily operations of the network, including using computers and software for monitoring, updating, maintaining the network, and reporting network statistics. With a series of computer commands, you will be able to ascertain the physical location and nature of a problem. Perhaps a phone line is not functioning, the site has lost power, or a router or other computer on the network does not work. After you have identified the problem, you will note the problem in a log or trouble ticket system and either take action or report it to someone who can take action. You may need to contact people from the phone company, the engineering staff at your network, or system administrators of computers on different networks. Often, you will be a kind of coordinator of the efforts to solve a problem.